and I don't have quibbles with that. The only clarification that I want with respect to that is this linkage that says linkage from up Kelly Kumalo down clientele with number 2787-6548416. Then it goes down to say Patrick Sibia at Muzi, and the number is 2782-603-3621. And it further goes Apple iPhone 6 and in brackets A1586 close bracket. The last number, I'm not sure whether it's an IMEI or a SIM card number. You let me know. It's 35925106483980. You see that?
No, I'm not.
On the diagram, sorry, on the diagram itself at page 5.
This one?
Yes, the linkage will be, if you see the bottom 3, the one in the middle.
This one?
That says Patrick CB at clientele. It will be a linkage of clientele, then down to Patrick CB. I think it's the one in the middle. It's the one in the, that one. Is that the one?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, I've just received instructions now from my client, accused number 1, that you see that it says Patrick Sibia and then at Muzi, and it gives the number. My instructions are that he doesn't know who Patrick Sibia is because it also says at Muzi, which is his name. Yes.
Of him.
Yes.
Where I received the information that it's his.
Yeah, but he says he doesn't know who that Patrick Sibia is. And furthermore, he has never ever used an iPhone 6 at the time of this incident or prior to the occurrence of this incident.
My Lord, I got information that he was in possession of that phone when we did a search in prison.
Manje thina ke sithe masesha khona laphana ejele sathola ukuthi ke ubephethe yona leyo cellphone njengoba ke ethi yena ke akusiyena uPatrick Sibia ngoba igama leli lakhe umuzi nokuthi iApple phone 6 uthi akakazi nje ayiphathe yena manje ke thina sithe masesha lapha yana ejele sase sithola ukuthi i-cellphone lena ke eyakhe iyona ke le nambolo evelela lana isiloko siyixhumanisa nayo sonke lesikhathi.
Sorry, just for my clarification. Colonel, you insist that it's an i6.
That's possible that because we did receive few phones from prison, which we downloaded and also do some analysis. But that was way after the release, not during the.
Kuwola uma cellphone lawo. Emva ke kwesikhathi sokuthi baboshwe, hayi ngaleso sikhathi beboshwe.
Okay, so this is not related to the incident of 2014.
No, not the 2014.
Lokho ke akubandakanye ke.
If I may approach my notice,
say 2014.
Thank you, my lord. I'm indebted to the court. Colonel, at which prison was the search done and cell phones confiscated?
As I could remember correctly, Liukop prison.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ke kwaseshwa khona lapha eLiukop prison. Lapho ke kwaseshwa kwathola ama cellphone athathwayo.
It could be Liukop or Gosimogoro, the one in Pretoria, because I received phones from both.
eLiukop kanye le ayishoyo
Accused number 1, since his arrest, he's been housed at Modabi prison. He's never been to either Kosimampuru or Leukop. And he denies that he was found in possession of an iPhone 6 or that the phone was confiscated from him from prison.
My Lord, then we must follow it off with the investigation team because that is what I did receive.
mangabe ke uyasho kanjalo ke umangalela ukuthi aze naboshele khona ngaphandle khoSimampuru okanye Lukhoko lokho ke kumele kulandelisiswe ke kubhekwe laba abaphenya icala ithimba eliphenya icala.
Now, the last aspect that I want to touch with you, Colonel, is your testimony regarding the cell phone device of the deceased, Mr. Senzo Meyiwa. And if I understand your testimony correctly, is that on the night of the incident, that phone was with him at the hospital. Did I understand you correctly?
I can't, my lord, I can't say it was with him in his position at the hospital, but the phone was also at the hospital.
The phone was also at the
Ngeke ngikwazi ukusho ukuthi ubeyiphethe kuye leyo cellphone esibhedlela. Kodwa engakusho ukuthi ngalobo busuku esesibhedlela yena i-cellphone bisesibhedlela.
Now, according to your investigation and analysis, how many cellular phones did the deceased have at the time of his death?
I only work on the one number. I think it's 551 and an end.
Yeah, that's the correct one.
Mina ke ngasebenza ngenambola eyodwa ekamufi yona ke 551 egcina ngo 551.
And do you know the make and model of that phone?
No, not at my, but I do have it.
Cha angazi ukuthi hlobo lolu lefoni lolu kodwa ke nginakho la.
Now, Zandile Kumalo testified in this court, and she said that it was an iPhone 5. Would that jog your memory?
It's an Apple phone.
Yes.
That's correct, because I remember the downloader also mentioned in his statement that he didn't have the PIN. That's why he didn't download it.
Bekuyi Apple phone ke lesikhuluma ngayo. Ngiyakhumbula ke naloya obe downloader ubehluleka ke ukuthi wenze umsebenzi wakhe ngoba phela ubengenayo iPin yokuyivula leyo Apple phone.
Now, my lord, with leave of the court, may I respectfully refer the Colonel to a statement A118, and that's the statement of Queen Gugu Ngubeni, and it was I want to see the date when it was taken. It was taken on the 10th of July 2018 at Tokoza, and I can see the officer is Ra. If I may ask interpret. It was taken by Officer Shibiri.
Officer Shiburi.
Shibiri, they say it's Shibiri. Yes, maybe it's Shiburi because it's not really legible.
Oh, it must be Shiburi.
Yes.
I've never heard of Shibiri.
Thank you, my lord. Now, I'm just going to refer you to, especially regarding the movement of the deceased cell phone, at paragraph 7 thereof, and it's Gugu Queen Ngubeni stating, and I quote, I heard people saying that Senzo was shot by criminals. Miss Julia Masia was also in the yard. She came to me and she took my daughter from me. Makumalo came to me and handed to me Tingo, that is Kelly's daughter in brackets, the house keys and a cell phone. At paragraph 8 thereof, it continues to read, and I quote, I later realized that the cell phone belongs to Senzo because people were phoning looking for Senzo. I remember Opa Manyesa, Orlando Pirates captain, and Mama J, the Orlando Pirates fan, phoned looking for Senzo, and I gave the phone to my mother, to my what's this? I gave the phone to my mom, the phone to answer. Now, according to this witness, she was given the phone by Makumalo, belonging to the deceased. Do you know anything about it?
No, my lord.
Cha mina angazi lutho ngalokho ukuthi ukuya ngalofakazi lona ke ifoni wanikezwa yona uMakhumalo.
The point I'm raising with this, and I'm going here, is this. Zandile Khumalo testified that when they all came from hospital, that is the people that were in the house after now the deceased is declared dead. When they came back from the house, amongst other items that they found in the kitchen, and in particular just beneath the stove, it was this phone of the deceased. So that means the phone never left the house at the time they went to hospital. What's your comment on that?
I can't give any comment on that because I never received any downloads, but if I look through the statement of the downloader, he mentioned that he couldn't open the phone. So maybe the court should ask him when he testified.
Okay. I mean that technology.
Ukuthi mababuya esibhedlela bathola i-cellphone ngaphansi kwestofu, mabathi bayayi-check leyo cellphone iyona ikaSenzo, kanti-ke bona baqhamuka esibhedlela njengoba lo fakazi ethe ngenkathi uSenzo esesibhedlela ne-cellphone nayo ibikhona khona lapha esibhedlela. Uthi cha mina akukho okuningi ngakusho ngaphandle ukuthi-ke lona-ke obeyenza i-download nguyena-ke umuntu okungabe uphethe iy'mpendulo ngoba mina-ke ngisebenza ngolwazi olwalethwa kimi.
Thank you, my lord. That's all I have for this witness.
Thanks. Yes, Mr. Minister.
As it please the court, my lord. Sir, it was by mistake that you kept on referring to Mabungu Ntuli as accused number 5 in your evidence in chief, not so?
That's correct.
With 01, if you can go there, 29.
Sorry, 29.
29, yes. That's now the schematic representation of who's connected to who and who's connected to who. No, thank you. Now, there's a mention there of Mr. Mthobisi Gadla Mncube and the cell phone number. And as I go through this schematic representation, I realize that there are also arrows that connect him with Fisogutle Ntuli. Is that so?
That's correct if you're talking about this link now. That too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yebo kuyiqiniso lokho uma ngabe sikhuluma ngokuxhumana lolu oluphakathi kuka Gadla Mncube kanti nolokhunjani lapha yana noNtuli Fisogutle Ntuli.
Now, in your endeavor to try and connect a possible conversation between the two of them, what did you use? did you use his card, his SIM card, or you used his cell phone?
I use both because I download usually both of them, or they download both of them, and I download both of the information into my analyst data chart.
Shuthi ke mina ngihlaziya O2 ngihlaziya ke i-cell number. You saying you analyze the cell number?
The cell number, the handset number, and the SIM card.
Okay. Othi ke i-handset number shuthi ke i-number ye phone kanti ke ne number ye SIM card thatha zona zo2 makahlaziya ke.
Because my lord, sometimes it can happen that the information is stored on the handset and not on the SIM card, but also versa versa as well.
Kunokwenzeka ke ukuthi ulwazi oluthize luyatholakala ke kwi-phone kanti alukho kwi-SIM card. Kwesinye isikhathi ke uthola ukuthi lolo lwazi likhona okanye imininingwane ikhona kwi-SIM card kodwa ayikho kumakhalekhukhwini.
Now, is that what you did in this case, where you connected a possible conversation between Mr. Mncube and Mr. Mabungu Ntuli?
That's correct.
Uthi yabe lokho engikwenzileyo ke okumayelana ke nalokuxhumana likhona phakathi kaMthombisi Gadla Mncube no Mabungu Ntuli. Uthi lokho engikwenzile.
Is that the same process that you also used in connecting Mr. Mncube and Fisobuhle Ntuli?
That's correct. That's the only process I use.
Iyona nqubo engiyisebenzisile ke nokuthi ngixhumanise laba ababini uMthombisi Gadla Mncube kanti ke naye uFisobuhle Ntuli.
Let me just put it clear to the court. I'm using everything which I got in my position. If I got downloads, I use it. If I got cell phone records, I use cell phone records.
Ithi ngisho ke ukuthi uma ngabe ama downloads nginawo ngiyawasebenzisa. Uma ngabe ngine record yama cell phones okanye yeyingcingo nayo ngiyayisebenzisa. Ngisebenzisa konke nginakho ngaleso sikhathi.
That's just a general statement. I'm referring to what is it that you use in this particular case to link Mr. Mncube and Mr. Ntuli. That's now Fisobuhle.
That's correct. I was using the IMB chart, IMB analyst notebook chart. Program.
Ngangisebenzisa yona AMB analyst chart. Okanye lelo hlelo ilona engilisebenzisile. Ukuxhumanisa ke uMthombisi Gadla Mncube kanye naye uFisobuhle Ntuli.
Sir, what I want to know from you is, did you have the SIM card or did you have his gadget? That's now the handset.
No, my lord. I only got the end product which I received from Sergeant Mbasa.
Futhi ke mina ke ngivele nganikezwa lokho abebesebenza phezulu kwakho. Akakhulukazi ulokho njani uSergeant Maba lokho njani inumber le ye cell phone leyo okanye ye SIM card. Mina ke ngithathe lokho engikuthole kuMabasa ngasebenza ngakho.
So what you're saying is, it is Sergeant Mbasa.
Mbasa.
Mbasa. Mabasa or Mbasa?
Mabasa.
Mabasa, yes. It is Sergeant Mabasa who will do the spade work and then thereafter request you to do the analysis.
Like I mentioned in my testimony during last week, he did also analysis, but he concentrate on some different points.
Yes.
And then I received it from my Brigadier Kaginda, and he with other taskings which I did. So actually the downloads, the end product was going to him and to me as well.
Shuthi ke nakho kuhlaziya naye ukwenzile kodwa ke kwamanye amaphuzu nami kwaba namaphuzu athize Brigadier Kaginda angitshela ukuthi mangisebenze phezulu kwawo uma ngihlaziya. Sengikhuluma ngayo lo Mabasa bekungeyimina kuphela owayehlaziya naye uMabasa kukhona ke ingxenye yalobufakazi akwazile okanye akwazileyo ukuthi makabuhlaziye. So babili ke sikwazile ukuhlaziya ke khona lapho uGininda ke wasuyangitshela ukuthi mangiqhubeke ngihlaziye ke okuya ke ngaleli.
Thank you. You had further agreed or conceded when you were cross-examined by my colleague on behalf of accused number 1 and 2 that the cell phone records alone, without what the people were actually saying in their conversations, that's not an offense, not so?
That's correct.
Yebo ngikuzwile lokho uma ke ummeli kaMangalelo lokuqala nowesibili esho ukuthi uma abantu abawu2 bexhumana bafonelana lokho ke akukho mhlambe singathi into engaphandle komthetho okanye ubugebengu, cha angeke sisho kanjalo.
When did the conversation or the contact, let me not say conversation, but the contact between Mr. Mncube and Mr. Nkani took place?
I don't know. I only pick up and said that there was contact between these two.
Okay.
Angazi ukuthi baxhumana nini ke uMncube kanye naye lesikhuluma ngayo ekwaziyo ukuthi ithole mayithungatha ukuthi kube nokuxhumana okukhona phakathi kwalabantu ababili.
My Lord, it's possible that you can do it if you was requested to do that. So I could have gone into, let's say, the 205.
Ngicela ukuthi mangiyohlonze lokho mhlambe ngicheke ku section 205 kanye na kwi database ukuthi lokho kwenze kanini, kodwa ke akusona isicelo engasithola phambilini ukuthi ngikwenze lokho.
So you were basically requested to establish whether was there any contact between Mr. Mncube and
He mentioned to me
kuvelela lokho ke
relating to time as to when
5 okanye lelo hlelo ke iAMB program angakwazi ukuthi asho ukuthi uxhumano lwaba ngubani isikhathi phakathi kwalabantu abawu2 or abantu abawu3 kanjalo.
who provides the information that would normally be contained in the 205? Is that not the service provider?
That's correct.
Service provider yona ke phana ke ngolwazi olutholakala ku section 205.
Thank you, sir. That was just the background about this whole chat thing. Mr. Mncube does say that indeed he knew Mr. Mabunguntuli because they were staying together, and Mr. Mabunguntuli was accused number 5's uncle, and accused number 5 would come and visit Mr. Mabunguntuli. That's when then they started to know each other.
That's possible, my lord.
Yakhonakala ukuthi uNcube bekazana noMabunguntuli kanti uMabunguntuli bekumalume kalokho njani ga Mangalelo wesihlanu mageza ke ezovakashela ke uMabungu ke kulapho ke akwazile ukuthi bazane yena noMabungu.
Thank you. Now, on Friday, in your chief evidence, there were photos that were beamed here in court, and you were requested to make some comments on them. Do you still remember?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo ngiyakhumbula ukuthi kukhona izithombe ezavezwa la enkantolo ngase ngiyaphawula ngazo lezo izithombe.
And you made mention of the fact that those photos came from the cell phone that was retrieved from accused number 3. Is that not so?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo ngakusho lokho ke lezo izithombe zathathwa ke ukuchema kule phone kaMangalelo wesithathu.
Now, I'm not so sure whether you'll be in a position to help the court in this one. We'll make an example. Say, for instance, I use my phone and take you a photo, let's say on the 12th of February. And then on the 20th of February, I request you to forward no, in fact, you request me, the taker of the photos, to forward you those photos. Are you able to follow?
Yes, MB.
Now, and I do that on the 20th of February, at the time at which the photos were taken on the 12th of February. Now, in your cell phone, what would be the date that would be reflected as to the date that would be synonymous with the date on which the photos were taken?
That will be the date when I receive it. But I must also remember, like I mentioned on Friday, then there should have been another script under the photo. There would be mentioned, especially with your downloads. Then you can pick up, I received that photo from you to me on that date and time. And it won't also make mention about the GPE number I did mention on Friday. That means that it's clear to me that that photo was taken by the handset and wasn't sent from someone else's phone to that phone.
Manje uma ngabe kuyenzeka ke ukuthi kukhona isithombe esithathwayo nge-12 zika February and then nge-20 zika February bese ngiyacelwa ukuthi no akungithumeleke leso sithombe kanti leso sithombe uma sizofika kimina othunyelwa isithombe i-date ezovela lapho izothi i-20 zika February. Ngikwazile ke nokuthi ngicacise leyo nto leyo ukuthi kukhona ke ifastelanyana elincanyana elishoyo ukuthi kusetshenziswe lokhu uhlelo lokuthatha leso sithombe mhlambe ne date ke ivele khona lapho futhi ke lokho kuyobonisa ke ukuthi yisithombe esathola okanye sathunyelwa hayi kangaka ukuthi sathathwa yimina futhi sibonisa ukuthi lelo hlelo i-JPEG mhlambe bekuyihlelo okanye uhlelo olwasetshenziswa umakhalekhukhwini ukuthatha leso sithombe.
The last aspect of your testimony, this JPEG thing, is it something that would be readily available on the statement or on the pictures that have been exhibited here at court?
That's correct, yeah.
Yes.
Even the downloader, when he come and testify just after me, he can also testify about that. You will see, like in this photo now, you will see each photo number 110015.
Yes.
And if you put your cruiser of your, then you will get this message.
If I do what?
Angakwazi ukuthi afike la enkantolo ethi makuzothula ke ubufakazi asebenzise ke yona le fastelanyana lencane lena ke uma uthatha ikhesa yakho ibeka kuleso sithombe kuzovela ke lolo lwazi okanye leyo mininingwane njengoba ivelile la kulesi sithombe.
So that information also reflects the time at which those photos were taken.
That's correct. And remember we mentioned about the +2 hours on Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Ngempela isikhathi sovezwa ke khona lapho futhi siloko sikhumbula ukuthi sasho ukuthi kumele siphinde sifake phezulu kwaleso sikhathi i2 hours.
I'm wondering if we are able to be shown a bigger version of the photos which are appearing there.
I only got one with me. I can show the court the one which was in question about the dreadlocks.
Yes.
It's a pity my laptop is not compatible with the system, then I should have everything with me. There's a more clear photo.
Naso ke isithombe engathi sigqamile ke manje.
And that's the one in question.
Uyena ke lona sikhuluma ngayo okanye sona ke lesi sithombe esikhuluma ngaso.
Now on this one, where do we get the application that indicates that this photo was taken on the 26th? Or that which indicate which date was this photo taken?
I can if I, like I just mentioned in the court, my lord, if I got my own laptop or the downloader tomorrow, can indicate to the court on the photo, the date and time and everything.
Ngakwazi ukuthi ngikwenze lokho mhlambe uma ngiphethe i-downloader game njengoba ngishilo ke ukuthi lokho engikuphethe manje akwazi ukuthi angikwazi ukusebenzisa kahle kodwa ke lokho kungakwazi ukuthi kungisize ukuthi lesi sithombe sathathwa ngani noma sathathwa nini.
Like I mentioned, I received a photo like that. If I just take the cruiser like this, then I get the time when it's been taken and if you click on it, then you will give the bigger photo, like I did have in the other one.
Njengoba ngishilo ke ukuthi uma ngibeka ikhesa khona lapha kulesa sithombe ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngithole imininingwane le. Futhi ke ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngenze lesi sithombe sibe sikhudlwana ukuthi umuntu akwazi ukubona ngendlela afanele ukuthi abone ngakhona.
Thank you, sir. With the leave of court, I'm going to request you to assist us with that information for the sake of completeness.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of my lord.
Uyavuma ukuthi hayi uzolekelela ngalolu lwazi.
So the photo that was just exhibited here at court, as I understand you well, it was also indicated the time at which it was taken by a particular cell phone.
That's correct. The cell phone which was downloaded by Sergeant Mbasa.
Yes.
Kuyasho ukuthi i-cell phone esetshenziswe lapho ke kanti ke leyo cell phone kwenziwa ama-download kuyo uSergeant Mabasa.
Now, there are other photos which do not reflect the date on which they were taken. Would you agree with me in the very same album?
That's correct. Do you mean this part now or not? Because this was only a snip tool, for example, for the court. But if I got the original in front of me, I can show actually all of them, except if it's a photo when, like you just mentioned in the court, which I did receive, then it won't show me when it was taken, but it will show me when I receive it.
Manje angazi ke lokho kulana ke kwathathwa nje ukuthi kuzokwenza umzekelo la enkantolo kanti ke uma isidingo sikhona ngakwazi ukuthi ngingene ngisebenzisa lo mhlelo ke engibona ukuthi ngineme okanye ngiyalithokozela ngiveze konke okanye ngiveze zonke lezi zithombe lana kanti uma ngabe isithombe sathunyelwa mina efonini yami angeke ke leso sithombe si ukwazi ukuveza ukuthi sathathwa nini soveza ukuthi mina ngasithola nini.
So what you're basically saying is if somebody sends you a photo in your cell phone, it will not be able, that photo, that cell phone or that information in relation to that photo will not indicate the date on which it was taken, the time at which it was taken, but it will only indicate the date on which you received it in your cell phone.
That's correct, my lord, because that will be mentioned in the download picture from the downloader.
Manje yebo kuyiqiniso lokho kuyovela ke kulokho njani kwi-download picture angeke ikwazi ukuveza ukuthi isikhathi sathathwa ke ngaso leso sithombe kodwa kuyovela ke lento yokuthi mina ngasithola nini leso sithombe.
There are photos, just to give you a bit of a background, there are photos that were made available as exhibits by the state. I'm not so sure if we can be assisted with the demonstration on the screen there. No, that's not for you, it's for the state. I'm requesting that certain photos, for instance, flighted on the screen. I'm trying to get to be loaded into the screen here. I think there's a photo that was handed to us as exhibit. It's photo number 46. Actually, it's not an exhibit, but a photo that was discovered by the state to us as photo number 46. It is
That focus is not in my testimony, my lord. I only work on my tasking which I receive from my brigadier, which asked me to identify the dreadlocks and the type of clothing he was wearing that day. So I agree, there's a lot of other photos. Photos of firearms, photos of money, everything.
Leso sithombe ke anginaso kulezi ithombe engisebenza ngazo manje ngoba phela ke ngacelwa ukuthi ngibheke lo muntu lo ubegcoke njani ube nama dreadlocks noma cha kodwa ke ngiyavuma izithombe zona ziningi kakhulu izithombe zalaba abantu baphethe isibhamu khona okanye izibhamu khona kuningi nje izithombe zona zikhona kodwa ke mina ngicike ekutheni ngicelwe ukuthi ngibheke eziphi izithombe kangaka yizona ke nginazo.
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. I think the state is going to help us because this is what was discovered by them to us.
I agree. The Sergeant Mombasa will show it to the court tomorrow because it's on his testimony. Because he's the downloader, he's in possession of everything.
Sergeant Mombasa uyena ozokwazi ukuthi eze azothula lobo bufakazi azoqinisekisa lokho uyena umuntu obenza ama download uyena ke umuntu onazo lezo ithombe.
Let's wait for the state if they are not in a position to assist us with it being beamed into the system.
My lord, I recognize these photos. This one with the firearms, I think.
No, sir, no. It does not work out like that. You wait for me and I lead you.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
I understand.
Thank you. Photo number 46. It's written on top there A194 and it's tabbed photo number 46. I'm not so sure whether it can be beamed here.
My lord, photo number 6.
46.
On page 46.
So it's photo 6 on page 46.
Yeah. It's photo number 0023.
0023.
Sir, I've said I'm going to lead you here. Do you understand? We're waiting a clarification from the state as to whether they will be in a position to beam it for this court into the system.
Now, but be fair to the witness.
Do you understand?
Wait, Mr. Nisi. Be fair to the witness. He was handed that information.
Yeah. Sergeant Mabaso is going to testify about this exhibit. If counsel wants to use it now, we can hand it up provisional as an exhibit. It will be exhibit S.
So this witness, Colonel Stein, can testify as to that,
Yeah.
because it's not part of his
Yes.
downloading
Yes, it was done by Sergeant Mabasa.
Sergeant Mabasa.
You know the reason why I say I'm reluctant not to let go of this point. It is because of your testimony to the effect that when a photo that is taken by a particular cell phone, there will be a reading that will demonstrate the date on which that photo was taken and the time at which that photo was taken, not so?
That's correct, my lord.
Thank you.
Like I mentioned here, if I go to a photo like that and a cruiser is there, then I will get the time been taken, the number, everything. If I open it, I will get the photo like that. Then I print the photo like that.
Manje ke ilokho engikushoyo ngiyavuma ukuthi uma ngabe isithombe sithathiwe ke ngomakhalekhukhwini ubese ke uyasesha kulezo ithombe kube nesithombe esithize mhlambe obonakala ukuthi uthanda ukusivula usibheke kahle uthi mubeka ikhesa lapho kuleso sithombe leyo khesa-ke izoveza isikhathi neprogram njengoba sengishilo phambilini. Bese-ke uma ngithanda ukuthi mhlambe ngisprinte leso sithombe, ngiyakwazi-ke ukuthi ngisprinte njengalesi esivelela lana.
Let me give you a bit of a background about my question. On Friday, or in your evidence in chief, you were requested to comment on the clothing that appeared in certain pictures here, which the person on who was appearing on those photos, you identified as accused number 3. Do you still remember?
That's correct, my lord.
Yeah, but kuyiqiniso ukuthi omnye abantu obeqhamuka lana okanye obevelela la kulezi ithombe ngathi mina ummangalelwa-ke wesithathu njengoba ebevelele egcoke lezi impahla nangendlela-ke ebibukeka ngakhona.
And you also made mention of the fact that those photos were taken on the 26th of October 2014. And you also stated the time at which they could have been taken, but then you said we need to make an allowance for an extra 2 hours, not so?
That's correct, my lord.
Ngakusho lokho ukuthi futhi kukhona isikhathi okanye usuku lezo ithombe zathathwa ngalo 26 October 2014 nesikhathi, kanti-ke uma kuvezwa isikhathi siloko sikhumbula-ke ukuthi kumele sifake u2 hours phezu kwaleso sikhathi esivezwa-ke khona lapho ileso sithombe uma ubeka ikhesa lapho.
Let us quickly go to 1 or 2 of those photos which you testified about on Friday on the system. Can you please show them to us?
There's one in front of you.
What?
There's one in front of you. One on the screen.
I see 12 photos there. It's not one, I see 12.
Like I mentioned on Friday, there's the scripts, there's the photo. That's also a photo which I did so to record on a bigger version now, my lord.
Yes, let's go to it. That's why I'm saying, can we go to one or two of the photos that we beamed on Friday?
My
On
lord,
the screen.
That's the photo of Friday. That's my statement.
May you please give us a bigger version of that photo, say?
Isona-ke lesi sithombe mina engasikhomba ngolesihlanu. Sona-ke isithombe engasikhomba ngolesihlanu. Ukuthi manje sizocheck ukuthi singakwazi ukuthi sisenze ukuthi leso sithombe sibe sikhudlwana na.
That's the only 2 photos I got with me.
Yes, wait there. Yeah, this one will suffice.
Enginazo-ke lesi engathi igcamile.
Now, according to the information that you have, when was this photo was taken?
Like I mentioned on my statement, in that block, the date and time plus 2 hours is mentioned there. It seems to me we're going to go forward and backwards now.
Ngithe mina uma ubeka ikhesa lapho kulesi sithombe uyakwazi ukuthi uthole isikhathi ukuthi i-date isithombe lesathathwa ngayo nesikhathi siyavelela-ke lapho bese ufaka 2 hours phezu kwaleso sikhathi. Ngathi manje saloko siya phambili nasemuva ilokho engitshilo.
We can go forward 400 kilometers. We can go backward for another 100 kilometers. Say, I need clarity on this one. It's not for you to tell me that now it seems like we're going forward and backward. I want clarity on this one. Can you please tell this court on what date and at what time was this picture taken?
Mr. Mnisi, this witness testified that there are 2 methods.
Yes.
Which he, as a person who has received it down, Pedina. He says if it was taken contemporaneously, meaning that photo, when it was taken, the mechanism will correlate with the time it was taken.
Yes.
As opposed, if it was taken by a particular mechanism and it is subsequently transported through to your own device.
Yes.
These are 2 different time strips. Am I right, sir?
That's correct.
I mean, that's the concept.
That I understand, my lord.
So what is the problem?
That I quite understand.
Yeah.
But I want this witness, if you can say, you can tell us on what date and at what time was that photo that is now being exhibited taken.
(05:28 p.m.). With other words, it's 1700 hours, 28 minutes. And if you add 2 hours with that, then it's going to be 1928.
Naso isikhathi idate okuthatha lesi sithombe ethi 26 October 2014 kanti isikhathi sithi 5:28 p.m. uma sifaka ke amahora awu2 izothi 7:28 or 19:28.
Thank you, sir. Now the photo, the photo, which has just been handed over to you by my colleague, that is photo mark number 46.
Page 46.
Page 46. It doesn't matter. There's a 46 at the bottom of the page. Now it says photo.
I can't say it's been taken. I only see the script there. Photo 0032 and the date.
Ngengikwazi ukuthi lesi sithombe sathathwa ngaleyo ngaleso sikhathi. Ngiyabona nje kubhaliwe ukuthi photo 0023 ne date.
How do we verify on which date and at what time was this photo taken?
My lord, if you ask the downloader tomorrow, he will do exactly what I'm doing now. He will go to the cruiser, go to the photo, and he will show you exactly the same now on this photo number 0023. If I got my laptop with me, I could have done it now.
Yeah, you said it's not compatible with
That's
the,
correct, yes.
I mean, really, we've heard that evidence. That he's struggling with the compatibility of the two devices. Otherwise, is the one that...
So you're not in a position, in a sense, to tell us the date on which and the time at which that photo on page number 46, as you're saying, was taken.
I can do it, but I'm not in a position to do it now.
Ngakwenza lokho kodwa ke angikho sesimene sokuthi mhlawumbe ngakwenza manje.
Yes.
Kodwa ke ngakwazi ukuthi ngisho ukuthi leso sithombe ke esivelela la ku page 46 sathathwa ngubani isikhathi. Hayi manje. Kanti ke inkantolo kushilo lokho phambili ukuthi ukhuluma ngabasa njena ngoba lesisetshenziswa sakhe icomputer yakhe ayikwazi ukuxhumana kahle ke nalokho esikusebenzisayo manje. Yize ke eyiphethe lezo lokho njalo lezo yithombe. Kanti mabasa uyena umuntu ongakwazi ukuthi makafika kusasa akwazi ukuzosinceda ngalokho ngoba eyakhe ke icomputer mhlawumbe mayixhunyaniswa ke nalokho esikusebenzisayo la ekhaya izokwazi ukuthi isinikeze isithombe nje sicamile.
Thank you, sir. I'll take this aspect up with Mr. Mabasa. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, my lord.
Now let's go on. May we kindly go back to the bigger photo that you beamed there? Yeah, thank you. Now on Friday, or in your evidence in chief, you were requested to make some comments about this photo, not so?
That's correct.
Yebo. Ngolesihlanu okanye mhlambe kule mviki elidlulile ngiyacela ukuthi ngiphawule mayelana ke nalesi sithombe.
Amongst others, you are requested to demonstrate, to indicate whether the person that is appearing on that photo, or one of the person that is appearing on that photo, do you see him here at court? And then you pointed at accused number 3. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Kwathiwa ke omnye wabantu ke ombona lana kule lokhunjana kulesi sithombe ngabe uyambona la enkantolo wase wena uthi yebo ngiyambona uyavuma ukuthi ngathi yebo ngase ngikhomba umangalelo wesithathu.
Why do you say that a person that you are, one of the person that you're seeing in that photo is accused number 3?
Because I can recognize it's the same person, my lord.
Kaphela ngimkhumbula, ngiyambona, ngendlela engimbona ngakhona ngiyamkhumbula, ngiyabona ukuthi nguye lo muntu lona okhona lana kulesi sithombe futhi ukhona lana la enkantolo.
How do you recognize that that's the same person, that the person appearing on that photo there, the same person as accused number 3? How do you recognize him? I know you're using your eyes.
That's true, and my glasses.
And the glasses, yes. But how do you recognize him?
It's
like my Lord mentioned on Friday, it's like Madiba. You know him as that, and if you see a photo and you see someone else, you know you can connect it to.
ngiyakwazi ukumbona ngibona ngamehlo amakhala ubuso bakhe njengoba inkantolo ke yasho phambilini ukuthi nangu Mandela uyamazi and sebekubonisa omunye umuntu uyakwazi ukubona ukuthi lona uMandela okanye uMadiba lona ke akusiyena uMadiba ngokubona nje uyabona ukuthi abantu bahlukile.
Now you're mentioning Mr. Madiba. Mr. Madiba has been an international icon. Everybody, I think, who is in their sane mind will know who Madiba is. Not so? He's an international icon. His photos are all over the show, not so?
That's correct, my Lord. But
thank you.
If you work with, let's say, 100 or 1,000 photos of one individual on his downloads, and at the end of the day,
mina ngakusho ukuthi uma usebenza ngezithombe nje eziningi zomuntu oyedwa egcineni lesi sithombe sakhe siyahlala ngapha engqondweni yakho uyakwazi ukusho ukuthi uye lo.
Now thank you, sir. Back to the business of the day. Why do you say the person that is appearing on the photos is accused number 3? How do you recognize him?
By identical points, like I mentioned, the nose, the lips, the cheek here, the ears, I can.
Njengoba sengishilo ke ngeimpawu zomazisi wakhe ke okanye uma umbheka lana ebusweni uyakwazi ukubona umlomo ikhala amadlebe konke nje okwakhe nje okusebusweni ngiyakwazi ukuthi nje ngimbone ukuthi uyena.
What about his nose?
Come again?
What about his nose?
The way his nose is the same as in the photo.
Ngendlela ikhala lakhe lingakhona manje liyafana nangendlela ikhala lakhe libuka ngakhona kulezi zithombe.
What about his ears?
It's the same.
Namadlebe nje kanjalo ayafana.
I guess you'd say the same thing about his eyes.
No, I didn't mention eyes now.
Azange ngikhulume ngamehlo ke la.
What about his eyes?
Can you see his eyes, the color of his eyes there? I can see his color of his eyes now if he's not looking down, but he's looking for me sometimes.
What about his eyes?
Mbala wamehlo akhe ngiyakwazi mina ukubona ukuthi maka ngibhekile ngiyakwazi ukubona okwamanje ubheke phansi beloke ngibhekile ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngubheke umbala wamehlo wakhe.
And this photo
So there's nothing that you can say about his eyes.
That's correct.
Thank
it's
you.
Not clear enough for me to mention, identify you and your color of your eyes on that photo.
Yes.
True.
Akuyiqiniso ke kuyiqiniso ukuthi angekwazi ukusho ukuthi mhlambe ngakwazi ukuthi ngithi ngakhomba wena ngenxa yombala wamehlo wakho njengoba kuvelela lana kulesi sithombe.
You would note that the person who is depicted in the photo there has got dreadlocks or has got a particular hairstyle.
That's correct.
Do you see that?
That's correct.
Yebo ngiyakubona ukuthi lo muntu oqhamuka lana wena ovelela la kulesi sithombe une hairstyle nje ekhethile.
Does the accused before court that you have pointed out on Friday wear the same hairstyle as the one who is depicted in the photos there?
No. No, my lord.
Lo mangalelo ngimkhombe ngolesihlanu akanayo hairstyle yalona ovelela kulesi sithombe.
And yet you still able to identify him.
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo kuyiqiniso nanoma kunjalo ke ngikwazile ukuthi ngingamkhomba.
are those the one in the only features through which you are able to tell this court that the person who's depicted on the photos there is accused number 3?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo kuyiqiniso lokho ukuthi izona impawu ke ngiyibona la ezenza ukuthi ngimkhombe umangalelo wesithathu ukuthi uyena umangalelo wesithathu.
Are you certain, Colonel?
I'm certain, my lord.
Yebo nginesiqiniseko.
What about his skin complexion?
I didn't mention skin complexion when you ask me in which way I identify him. So don't try to put words in my mouth now, my lord.
Ungazami ke ukuthi ufake amagama emlonyeni. Azange ngikhulume ngombala wesikhumba sakhe mina.
Say, I requested you to tell this court on what basis are you saying that the person who's depicted on the photos there is accused number 3. Then you started to mention his mouth, his lips, his nose, and his ears, not so?
That's
Those
correct.
are descriptive features, not so?
That's correct, my lord.
Kuyiqiniso ngikuchilo lokho ke ngakhuluma ngamadlebe ngomlomo ikhala ngikwazile ke okanye indebe ngikwazile lokho ukusho kuyiqiniso ukuthi impawu eziphana ngesithombe sokuthi yena ungubani uyabukeka kanjani.
But I didn't mention the color of his skin for a reason.
Kanti azange ngikhuluma ukuthi ke umbala wesikhumba sakhe ubunjani ngesizathu nje esithize.
Now I come and choose number 3, and then you say yes, not so.
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo ngishilo ukuthi yizona zodwa lezo impawu.
Color, then you say I shouldn't put words in your mouth.
That's correct.
Yebo ngikuchilo lokho ukuthi uma wena usukhuluma ngokuthi umbala wesikhumba ngathi cha ungangifaki amagama emlonyeni.
Is the color of a person in a descriptive narrative not an integral part of his identification?
That's true, my lord. But you must keep in mind, when this photo was taken, he was an outsider. He was in the sun. He's now in custody.
Manje ke umuntu kwamele ukuthi akhumbule lokho ukuthi nanoma ke ukuthi umqoka kakhulu uma uphana ke ngeempawu zokuthi lo muntu ubebukeka kanjani ukuthi isikhumba sakhe umbala wesikhumba umuntu asho ukuthi kwaku isikhumba esinjani kodwa ke asikhumbule phela lokho uma lesi sithombe besithathwa umuntu ngaphandle bengekho ngasejele manje ke ungaphakathi ejele sho khona ke ukuthi umbala ungaze ushintshe.
Are you a dermatologist this way?
Please, my lord.
Thanks, my lord.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
I think it's an unfair question.
As it please the court, my lord. This witness says, is basically saying this court that a color of a person changes with regard to the circumstances where they are. When they are outside, it's one color. When they are indoors or in jail, it can change to another, like a chameleon. Is that what you're saying?
My lord, I think we're wasting time now.
There's a court case, my lord. I think that those are aspects that my learned friend can leave for.
No, I'm not leaving.
Yeah. Mr. Mnisi,
As it please the court, my lord.
this witness has given you the identification features which he believes enable him to identify that person on the screen with the person you say is accused number 3.
Yes.
So you can put it to him that, you know what, that person on that photo is not accused number 3 because of this and this and that and that and that. Otherwise, as he says, we're going around and merry-go-round. Put it to him. Maybe he's wrong, I don't know.
May I proceed, madam?
Yeah.
Say, I won't actually put it to you the manner in which the court is requesting me to do it. Actually, I'm going to put it to you that indeed the person that you are seeing in that photo there, is it indeed accused number 3?
Is indeed.
It is indeed
accused number 3.
accused number 3.
That's correct.
Yebo kweqiniso. Lo muntu loyana ngempela uyena accused number 3. Angeke ngize ngibeke umbuzo ngendlela ke enkantolo ethi mangibeke umbuzo ngakhona kuwena. Kodwa ngithi uyena accused number 3 lo. Uthi yebo.
But what you are failing to tell this court in your descriptive narrative is the fact that accused number 3 has got a very distinctive alabaster of skin perfection. I mean, alabaster of his skin. You know, his skin complexion. It is nearly yours. I mean, it nearly looked like yours, except for the fact that you are of a Caucasian origin and is of an African origin. There's another objection.
We're splitting hairs. Yeah. It's not in dispute that it's the photo of accused number 3. What is the point now of splitting hairs? I don't understand.
As it pleases the court, my lord, let me put it in a different way.
No, but where are we going now with this evidence? Because you are conceding on behalf of your client that that very person is accused number 3, as he has identified him using the yardsticks.
Yes.
Which he believes enable him to identify accused number 3.
Yes,
now we must hear that he's Caucasian, Eurasian. How is it going to help us?
Remember, my lord, at some stage, this trial is about the identification of the so-called assailants or perpetrators according to the House on the 26th of October 2014. It will be unfair to approach the defense in this case, my lord, in a piecemeal fashion, as though certain factors are considered and other factors are in dispute. The approach on behalf of accused number 3 that I have is one of a complete mosaic in his defense. That is pretty much on the basis of the fact that this very same accused, without hesitation in his evidence in chief, without even hesitating, in a split of a second, when he was requested to point out who is the person that is seeing on the screen here, he undoubtedly said, it is accused number 3. Now, the point that I'm getting to, my lord, is what about his color? Accused number 3 has got a very distinctive color, a color that cannot be faulted, which is the reason why I'm getting to the point where I'm saying, looking at accused number 3 seated there.
It's not a person on the photo.
No, I'm not saying that, my lord. Definitely not.
What are you saying?
I am saying the color of accused number 3 is so distinctive that it cannot be faulted, in a sense that you look at accused number 3, you look at the witness there, but for the fact that this witness is of a Caucasian origin and accused number 3 is of an African origin, their colors are nearly the same.
Are not what?
Are nearly the same. That is where I'm getting to, my lord.
But you know what? This witness, he sees an image, which is captured by a camera.
Yes, my lord.
Right? You yourself, you say, he must give a description of that image as captured. And then he annotates the descriptive features which he thinks.
Yes, my lord.
That image, the semblance of it is the same as accused number 3.
Yes, my lord.
You adumbrate the fact that, in fact, you are correct.
Yes.
Now, if that is a situation, whether he is a Caucasian, how does it change the objective reality? That number 3 accused and the person on that photo are one and the same person. How does it change the reality?
As it pleases the court, my lord. It does not change, except for a particular addendum that I want to bring this witness to.
Yeah, bring him there.
Exactly. Would you agree with me, sir, that accused number 3, he has got a distinctive skin complexion as you looking at him now?
I'm not in a position to answer that one, my lord. Because even I can take myself. Let's say I'm white. But if I go to December to the holidays to the seafront, I come back as a different color. Because I'm in the sun the whole day. That is why to come back to my point. Now it's winter. I'm white, too white. But December, it's going to be different.
Hey, angikwazi ukuthi mhlambe ngiphendula kahle ke lapho ngoba nami mayelana nokuthi ke umangalelwa ke unombala wesikhumba nje oyikhethile nami nginje ngoba ngibuke kanjena mangahamba mhlambe ku December ngiye nje emagagasini nje mangibuya ngizobuya ngishiswe ilanga kakhulu futhi ke umbala wami uzobe usushintshile okwamanje ngimhlophe kakhulu kunokwenzeka ukuthi lobo okanye bumhlophe lobo buthi ukwehla kancane mase ngiphuma ngaphandle langeni yiyo leyo nto engizama ukuyisho leyo.
Sir, I think you've mentioned once or twice, if I'm not mistaken, that we keep on running around in circle. Let's avoid that. The question is simple and straightforward, and it is, would you agree with me now as you look at accused number 3, let alone the fact that you are going on holidays, we're not concerned about your holidays. Whether in December your color is going to change from what you are now into being what you are actually not now. Let's look at accused number 3. Would you agree with me that accused number 3 has got a distinctive color? Look at him.
No.
Cha. Angikwazi ukusho ukuthi umangalelwa wesithathu unombala nje oyikhethile.
Maybe he got the distinctive color in this court today, but not if you go outside.
Mhlawumbe ke namhlanje enkantolo unalo mbala ke ungathi umbala oyikhethile. Hayi makaphumela ngaphandle. Should makaphumela ngaphandle umbala uyoshintsha.
So why is it so difficult for you to say, yeah, you know, accused number 3, I see this is his color? Why do you keep on saying maybe if he goes out, maybe if he does this? What's your difficulty about that? Have you been schooled about something?
Please, my learned friend has really belabored to this point, and we keep going absolutely nowhere. Can I suggest that maybe we should leave that for argument? I don't know what is the point that he's trying to make, but I think it can be best left for argument.
As it please the court, my lord. On that note, my lord, I think I'll come back to the question. I'm not done with this. My colleague are indicating to me that it is already lunchtime, my lord. Thank you, my lord. May we then adjourn for lunchtime? I think we can.
What's the time, Mr. Balawi?
I think just shortly after.
It's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock.
It's
Okay.
2 minutes after 1.
So you come back what time?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, okay.